This is Shaun. He's famous on Snapchat, and now he's getting into the YouTube scene.
I grew up loving skateboarding, snowboarding, all that adventure stuff, but just kind of being a little turd, like all over the place, not really responsible. And then as I was growing up, I was like, man, what do I want to do with my life? And I love like meeting new people and just like enjoy understanding other people. And so I went on a mission for my church, LDS, went to Honduras, grew up a whole bunch, had like the best experience ever, learned so much from those people on like what life's really about. So I came back with a fire to just influence others and just like make something of my life. I went to college, got my degree, was running a skate shop, snowboard shop at the time, like still following my passions. I tried like the whole online e-commerce thing, and I started an online jewelry boutique of all things. Like, that's so weird, but it was just like a niche I found, and so I tried it and it crushed it. The business blew up and I learned so much about business. And then I went back to what I was passionate about and worked for skateboard, snowboard companies as a rep in like the Rocky Mountains region. Got married, just was enjoying life. My wife is super rad. She likes to snowboard with me, so lots of fun times together. And then that is what led me to Snapchat, which has been the most life-changing thing for me. So if you're watching this, you're like, what the heck, Snapchat? Like, you just take pictures and they disappear and stuff like that. But let me tell you how cool Snapchat is. My sister told me to download it to share the adventure. So I started sharing my adventures, like all my traveling and snowboarding, cool things I was doing, and they loved it. And so they shared it with their friends, and then they shared it with their friends. And then like people started writing about my Snapchat online. It just started growing, and it's all word of mouth, because you can't have something go viral or get linked on Snapchat. It's just word of mouth. So it makes it very personable, because when you hear about my Snapchat, it's like a recommendation from a friend. So everyone who adds me on Snapchat is like, I see them add me, they see my snaps, I see their snaps. It's like very, I'm not creating content above people and they're not just like watching it. They're actually like, we're communicating back and forth. I post their stuff on my story. I do contests with them. Like, it's very engaged. It doesn't feel like, this is training to say, but it doesn't feel like I have followers. It feels like I literally have like hundreds of thousands of friends all over the world, because I get to see their lives as well. And I've been able to make it my full-time job by working together with brands to make super cool content similar to how Devin does on YouTube. So I'll work with brands and fly to Bangkok and ride an elephant in the river and like do different stuff like that. From there, I really liked reaching out to people, and I wanted to tell my story even deeper. Snapchat is a couple of seconds and then it disappears. So I started vlogging online YouTube. Devin was a huge inspiration in the YouTube space. Casey Neistat with his vlogging was a huge inspiration. I love interacting with strangers. Like, I do this thing in the airport where I pretend I'm like FaceTiming with my mom, and I get a stranger in the background, and then they see it and they're like, oh, they like act different every time. Sometimes like, hey mom, sometimes like run away. And like, I love interacting with strangers in like a friendly way, I guess. You guys want to follow it? Like, only follow if you're literally gonna enjoy it. I want you guys to comment, and like, I read everyone's comments. I actually do this thing where I thumbs up every single comment. Sometimes I'm reading comments for like hours, but it's so worth it because I love to hear what you guys say.
Top ways to succeed on social media.
I guess success is based on like, if you're enjoying what you are creating. So, I mean, numbers are one thing, but I don't have huge numbers, but I feel super successful on social media because I made a lot of friends and I've created a lot of content that I enjoy. Number one has gotta be just do what you love doing. If you're passionate about something, that's what your social media should be. You can't be like, oh, I've noticed people that edit really cool videos get a lot of views, and so I'm gonna learn how to edit cool videos. Like, if that's not your passion, that's not what you go after. Number two would be unique. Devin's videos, like no one else does that stuff. Every time you see it, you're like, wait, what? There's a hot air balloon and roll, like, how does he think of this stuff? And it's uniqueness. Like, there's also those people on social media that will just kind of like cop what other people are doing. Like, they'll see a funny post and they're like, oh, I could repost that and tweak it a little bit. Like, just be unique and be yourself kind of thing. Number three, it's not about numbers. Success is if you're enjoying it and if you're pumped on what your content looks like. I know a lot of friends who don't have huge numbers, but they are so happy with what they do on social media, and they're able to make livings out of it, and it's able to be their career, and they don't need the numbers because the content they create is so good and so organic in them, and brands are looking for that. And I think people appreciate real stuff. I think that's why streaming is getting popular and everything else. It's just like being real. And even when people do edit stuff, like take Devin's movies for example, tons of editing, but it's real. Like this Moab trip, he wasn't like, okay guys, everyone laugh and give high fives and act like you're having like, we're legitimately having a blast. This was so real. We skated all these spots because we wanted to. Basically, he just let us come have fun here, and he captured the moments. Occasionally he'd be like, hey, will you do that again so I can get a different angle? And we're like, heck yes, that was fun. Of course I want to do it again.
And where do we find you on social media?
Everything is Shonduras, which makes it easy. It's like Honduras, the country, but with an S in front of it, so it's Shonduras. And it's like that because like I said, traveling, everything. I went to Honduras for 2 years, did a mission there, loved it. When I came home, everyone's like, hey, Shaun's back from Honduras. Shonduras, and thus it was born. I didn't even know I would get into social media, but that was just my first social media name, like back in the day when I made a YouTube 10 years ago and started uploading skate videos, and then it stuck, and I'm glad it stuck because I like it, and it keeps me reminded of my roots where like I really grew up and got this passion for life was in Honduras. Okay, I'll end it there.